Hello, everybody, and welcome back for our post-game breakdown here after Game 1 of the best-of-3 series between Golden Guardians Academy. Wow, a big dominant performance. 100 Thieves Academy, they drafted what seemed like a Yasuo composition, but they were missing the Yasuo Solaria. I was so close to Mazel's bingo card, which had the Yasuo Malphite combo, and I was watching Big Man like, I got it. It's coming up. This is going to happen. Where's the Yasuo?
It was just missing. It wasn't there. I don't know.
Unfortunate to say the least. But Golden Guardians Academy looking very strong, right, across the board. I think that we had a very slow ramp up into that game. There wasn't a lot of action in the early minutes, but we did hit the stride. And once we had the team fight phase, and also the setups around objectives, Golden Guardians Academy just always had a better setup, quicker setup, and faster execution on their trigger pulls.
Absolutely. It was honestly just a beautiful game from them. Like, it felt so clean. They were in control. They knew what they were doing. They were planning ahead. It was just a good game by them. Like, there were really no mistakes.
Exactly, and because of that, we are actually going to take a look at some replay packages here to break down exactly what we found impressive from Golden Guardian Academy's perspective. So, Solar, I'm happy to have you on to explain what you were looking at.
This honestly felt like the start of Golden Guardians really starting to flex their muscles, extend their lead. They saw this blue buff coming, and they're like, I want this blue buff. We're going for it.
This is mine.
And it's just a beautiful coordinated engage. They catch out Busio, and Kempi thinks he can re-engage it, and just gets turned around. It's just a complete lost team fight, and it's a beautiful play by Golden Guardians, because they get everything and lose nothing.
Exactly. And the reason Kenvi kind of felt pressured to go back in, I feel, he was going out, but then Ryoma suddenly is now blocking his escape path. He's like, all right, the only way out is back in. So I guess we're taking the fight. So even in those moments, we could see the rise from Ryoma really stepping up, and his rise performance in particular, very impressive.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic... I mean, I'm not a fan of the tank rise, but tank rise looks incredible in his hands.
All right, and I believe that we had another replay that we're going to take a look at. Again, that was one of the earlier plays where we first saw some action happen. We're going to Guardians Academy. We're getting aggressive and invading. But there was another moment later on in the game where we also wanted to break that one down. I believe if we do have that replay, am I completely
I believe we just have the one replay.
All right, yeah. All right. I'm trolling Solaria. Sorry about that. But my nameplate says Mazel, so that means Mazel just trolled Solaria live on broadcast. We'll throw it that way. But with that said, we'll welcome back then our lovely casters to join us again here. They've gotten an opportunity to catch their breath after that game. Desrick's fantastic cast. Are you feeling good? You got your water? You got your tea?
I'm feeling good. I got my water. I don't have a brand on it, so I can show my water bottle on camera. Unlike
see,
Cubby there, but hydrated.
Take note.
All right, we'll work on it. That's, you know.
All right. Well, with that said, we're waiting for Pick and Ban to start for this next game. So while we're waiting for the players to load in and get ready, we're actually going to play a game that Mazel usually plays, but now I get the opportunity to pilot it. We'll see. Hopefully I don't completely ruin it, because he has reached out to a couple of the players in the scene to give us some pictures. Some well-drawn art. Let's put it that way. I'll just let the art speak for itself. Now, the purpose of this game is, of course, to see, first of all, if you can guess what the picture is, and then the extra challenge on top to guess who actually is the artiste that put it together. Now, I'm not going to be, I'm not half French like Mazel, so I can't pretend to speak in a French accent, but I can show you the art that we're going to be highlighting today. This is piece number 1.
Yo, who drew this?
Oh, beautiful.
Why is that not their profile picture?
It's a demonic tadpole, dude.
That has to be Busio with Tom Ken.
Nah, it's Tuki time. That's for sure.
It's okay, so I think we can all agree it's Top Catch.
Yeah.
Really? What gave it away?
You know what? I think the Demon Tadpole shout out from Desirix is pretty much Tom Kench's lore in a nutshell. So we'll even give him that
Who
one.
drew that? You know?
I'm going to need a guess from everybody as to who actually drew it, though.
I'll go with
Larry, I believe you already said one.
Definitely Busio. Definitely.
I'll double down.
Yeah, I was going to say Busio. Let's just flip it. Chime.
Flip it.
Chime. All right, so we got 2 Busios, 1 Chime. According to the information Mazel gave me, this was, of course, Busio.
The information was wrong, Kangas. It was Chime.
It was. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm
time.
double checking. I think he edited the message. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, it was Busio, of course, on the Tom Kench. The best part about this is the lips and how much detail was put into those. I think that's an underappreciated part of art.
He's
Lips
pretty
are
good.
tough to get. I mean, look at those. Clearly, I think Busio's got an art, future ahead of him.
I don't know what they got going on over there at 100 Thieves. We had a sniper masterpiece beforehand. Now we got Busio flexing the word art skills.
Do you know those like Garfield Dark memes of like, I'm sorry, John? This is what it's reminding me of right now. This is some twisted stuff.
Look at the arms. Oh wait, no, those aren't the arms. Those are his little like.
That's the mustache.
Yeah, the
Oh,
mustache. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I think
makes
it's
more
way,
sense.
I think it's way funnier if it's the arms.
thought it was the
arms. I thought they
these
were
were
arms.
the whole time, and I was like, this is just bizarre at this point.
He's just got some bacon arms, you know?
Yeah, clearly. All right. So that was number one. We got 2 correct guesses for the player. I think everybody got the actual art form. This next one also a little easier to guess. What are our thoughts on this? On this player artwork?
Oh,
Okay.
Time Leona.
Okay.
That's my
okay.
guess.
So we got Leona. We got Leona.
That-
Oh, look at that transition too.
Definitely Leona.
Also, can I say, what's going on with the armor here? Like, I don't understand.
We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk
You
about
know,
it.
sometimes you don't want to fill in like all the colors, and you know that's why you submit something like this to a coloring book, and then some other kid can fill it in for you.
Fair enough.
I feel like this is like the
appreciate
outline
colors
for
though. Like
submission,
this
yeah.
is a 3 shaded image. Like
Yeah.
they definitely went all out.
Time went hard, yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking it's Chime.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what do Solari and Desert
fully
think?
committed.
Well, I think it's Chime as well. I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to say Busio.
You say
We're going to
Busio?
flip it. It's Busio now.
Apparently this was Skytech.
Well,
Oh,
oh, what?
Plane,
wow. Okay.
which I didn't know that was allowed, that we could have player
Yeah.
photos that aren't played.
Okay.
I'm hearing that we're ready for pick and ban here, so I'm going to real quick throw up the last masterpiece that we won't have enough time to fully cover. But I don't know what is going on here, but I think it's easy enough because they literally put the words in the actual the art form itself. So triangle concept, and I'm not talking about
What is this like an NFL playbook?
IMTA?
IMTA.
Oh.
I feel like we like drawn out flank angles here. There's a whole playbook.
I
we
think
got going
so.
on. We got X's and
Yeah.
O's.
I think we might have leaked out some strats.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to show this.
Any guesses who did that one?
Hold
Any
on.
guesses
this
at
is
all?
okay. This is how you position around the crab, the river. Who was drilling objective setups real hard? Got to be someone from GGA.
No
after
one's
that
gonna
last
get
game.
it. I promise you, no one's guessing this one. So I'm
Is it-
just gonna
is it
give it
Coach?
to you because we're right for Big Man. This was Winston from
Oh, let's go.
World's
Okay.
AOE that actually
Winston,
submitted
getting
that
the
one.
drills.
So
That's
yeah,
how you
he's
draw
getting
it
those
up.
drills in, and he's sharing them with everybody here on the Deskin and Twitch
I
chat.
like
But
it.
with that said, we are ready for game number 2, pick and ban. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. Desrix, Cubby, take it away.
Wow. I don't know what to say after those drawings, Cubby. Can we get more general sniper drawings? Can we just go back to that now?
I like
I
the
want to see
triangle
more what we can
concept.
do.
Like all like
No,
the X's and O's. You know, I'm
No.
all for it.
No, I'm scarred from that Tom Kench, and you know what? I think 100 Thieves Academy might be as well, as Chime did pull that out
there it
pretty hot. Yeah, you like that segue, right?
That's nice.
there.
That's nice.
So yeah, getting into this next one, looking at everything for this draft. First of all, I really don't want to see Jimmy in on the Lucian. He didn't seem like he knew the full area that you can really extend with the Lucian. He didn't really he understood the damage, the amount that you can get out with the Lucian. I don't expect to see Rise ever get picked again, as we have talked about over and over.
Well, I mean, I just don't expect it to be in the hands of Ryama. It could be something that Jimmy pilots. And I think that, you know, the Lucian Diana, it's a decent idea, but it's so tough to play that into Rise Rek'Sai. Because at any point as a mid laner, you are under threat of getting double flashed on, losing your life against that duo. And I think that 100 Thieves, especially after Kenvi was forced off that first camp, had to flash, just was never able to recover. And from there, Golden Guardians, they had map pressure. They always had an extra member. They were the ones that were taking the fights. But it's game 2. Throw that game 1 aside. We had a side swap, 100 Thieves taking blue, and there will be no Rise given over to Ryama.
No Rise, it will be banned away, while Golden Guardians are going to focus hard onto Kenvi's champion pool. The Lee Sin banned away the Graves, something he's proficient at as well. We had seen Golden Guardians do a strategy where they draft pretty much heavy towards the lanes, grab the Graves with Kenvi, and then just pretty much run it down with the farming, get him going as fast as possible. So big reason why they took that off the map. Camille going to be banned away as well.
Now, with both with all three of these champs being banned away by 100 Thieves, I'm wondering what their priority is on Zeri. It is something that Wixie and 100 Thieves had pretty heavy priority on towards the end of the regular season. And there are a lot of champions off the board that deal pretty well with Zeri, and it could be something that 100 Thieves maybe wanting to deny the Zeri Nautilus combo could take for themselves, or with all the jungle bans on the board, might as well take Kenvy's most played champion this split. That would be the Viego.
His most played champion, he's spectacular at the Viego, has performed on it, popped off time and time again, and going to be quite happy to have that champion in his pocket.
Now, let's see if Golden Guardians end up picking Diana into it. It's something that Iconic can play really well. I think that he's looking at the Diana or the Xin if they want to match jungle. And also for Golden Guardians, of course, they are on the red side. You can take that Kai'Sa early in draft and flex it. That looks to be the angle for them.
Now, the Kai'Sa flexed around both with the bot lane and the top lane, but to the dismay of my bingo card, not going to the top, excuse me, I meant the mid lane. There we go. But yeah, that's getting locked in, and we've seen so much in terms of performances when it comes to this Kai'Sa. A great follow-up for that engage is going to be the Diana.
It's Diana Yasuo. That is what we fully expect for Golden Guardians to be thrown out, and we'll see what kind of answer 100 Thieves has. It's going to be the lock-in of their bot lane immediately. We've seen Busio once again. 3 out of the 4 games they've won so far in Proving Grounds, he has been on this recon. He has looked fantastic, and they know what's coming from Golden Guardians. We fully expect it to be this Diana Yasuo combo.
Yeah, this combo can get nasty. And Mazel's card, I do remember his. He's waiting for that 5-man last breath. So if you can land that with the Moonfall, the Wombo combo is tremendous from Golden Guardians.
Now, why we're so hyped about the Diana Yasuo from Golden Guardians, Ryoma's 3-1 on this champion, and he is a filthy Yasuo player. And they've already played it to great success, even in this tournament. They played it game 1 against EGP. This is a strat that they're always willing to bring out at any time, it really feels like. And not only is Ryoma a really good Yasuo player, but also Iconic. He's been playing Diana a lot this split. 7-3 on the champ as well. It's the same record that Ryoma had on the Rise heading into our last game. So we'll see if Golden Guardians can pilot this combo yet again to great success. In order to protect that Yasuo, could be throwing out some mid bans. We'll be getting rid of the Akali, something that Jimian can play in the Yas. We'll see maybe something like Syndra. I know it's something that Yasuo is okay into, but it can kind of pressure early. And with that in mind, they will also take away the LeBlanc, another champ that you can comfortably lane into the Yasuo.
So a lot of solo lane bans coming out, as well as one support ban coming the way, 100 Thieves Academy. Now the pick coming out from Golden Guardians. I'm curious what they're going to take for a front line into this composition that they have so far. Chime plays very roam happy, plays with a lot of will to press that aggression, and this is a classic combo right there. Alistair, Kai'Sa locked in for Golden Guardians Academy. And
this is if you were looking at the stream before game 1, if you were here in time, you would have seen the highlight clips we had of Chime. They were all on Alistar. This guy, really, really good Alistar player, and it's more knockups for the Yasuo. And with 100 Thieves, I mean, that is also a really tanky member that you can take into the Viego to prevent resets. But Deserex, it's going to be Jimian's Silas. He is 2-0 on this champ, including one of the biggest pop-offs we've seen from anyone so far in Proving Grounds. 13-1-4 in their second game against No Team. He was huge in that one, and I would really like the Gragas here for Gamsu try and just break up this humongous upfront engage that Golden Guardians can throw at 100 Thieves.
And the ultimates that can be taken with the Silas can get some nasty engage, but I'm just looking at the Unchained from the Alistair. Keep him in there. The Moonfall from the Diana. Final pick coming out from Golden Guardians Aatrox.
So I think for the Silas, the alt priority, it's going to go Alistar first, and I'm curious actually to see if Jimian grabs the Aatrox ult again, because if there was a crazy play that Jimian had against No Team where he did pick up the Aatrox ultimate and straight up 1v3. He found a double, got some help for the third. It was filthy, but that Alistar ultimate on the Silas, that is a big concern for Golden Guardians. If Jimian has access to that, he is so tough to deal with in fights. You pretty much have to play the fight around the Silas. And to be fair to the Golden Guardians with the Diana Yasuo, it is something that you can do. It is all about getting 6, connecting with both those ultimates, getting the first kills of a fight, and just death bowling from there.
And looking at this composition so far, the ability to collapse in an instant from Golden Guardians is massive. And they don't need to rely on just the Moonfall, right? You can still rely on the Aatrox to land a good knockup, or, of course, the big one that we're looking up, Chime on this Alistair.
And for Golden Guardians, I mean, it feels like a comp that's comfort for them. Oh, we've seen them play this Diana Yasuo to so much success throughout this split. I know it's only been 4 games for Ryoma out of so many, but he is a really, really good Yasuo player. Iconic, a very good Diana player. And these two together, they understand how to work the map, how to get this combo ahead. That's what I was talking about with Golden Guardians coming into the set. I feel like they're a tough out and a really strong team in this tournament because they are able to run a multitude of strats consistently well. Diana Yasuo was one of them I highlighted then. It's good to see them bring it out now. We'll have to see if they can play it to great success as they're trying to get the 2-0 against 100 Thieves here.
Again, this is match point, as he just mentioned, that 2-0. A victory right here for Golden Guardians Academy. They would proceed forward. A loss would send 100 Thieves over to that lower bracket. They don't want to end up down there where we've been talking about what's awaiting them down there. There's a matchup between...
No way.
That'll hold that.
Boy.
Oh, man.
Oh,
man. They're going for this over the wall. They're actually going to do this. This is going to be a level 1 5v5 in here. It begins. Flashing away is 100 Thieves Academy because they want nothing to do with Golden Guardians. No knockup going to go through, but so many resources burns early for 100 Thieves Academy.
It's 4 flashes on the side of 100A. I think they were trying to set up a cheese if someone was waiting, like what we saw Golden Guardians do that last game against 100 Thieves. Usually you have a jungler wait there, maybe go for a ward and pixel. 100 Thieves trying to set up a play against that, but Golden Guardians, they read it and they break it. The level 1 cheese goes sideways, and now 100 Thieves, 4 flashes are down. This means that if Iconic wants to make an early gank, so many tools are off the table for 100 Thieves to deal with that. And if Iconic doesn't want to make an early gank, he can just easily funnel himself to 6. A lot of pressure has been taken off the map already from 100 Thieves.
This is a huge start for Golden Guardians Academy, and they're looking to find more with it as Tony Top comes in with the invade onto the blue buff, just trying to harass Gamsu, just trying to harass Kenvi. It's a 2v1. He doesn't want to take any fight on top of that, but it's just showing you what Golden Guardians are bringing.
Now, I do like 100 Thieves, this bot lane, a couple, or at least one sum down, but the Zyra Khan has been very big for the Thieves. We'll see if they can utilize this to its greatest strength, which is really making sure that you're winning that early game. Oh, no flash.
Oh, Ryoma, 1v1 in the mid lane. No flash. You said it, Cubby. That paying off. It's a first blood going over to Golden Guardians.
Taking down his replacement for this split early. Ryoma continues to make his mark on this series against his old team. He wants to get back to top 4 of Proving Grounds. His finishes in Proving Grounds so far, it was 3rd last spring, it was 1st last summer. If he wins this best of 3, he is one best 3 away from guaranteeing top 4. I think Ryoma's been the best performing mid laner this split in Academy, and God is he stepping up and showing that today.
Man, just the 1v1 against Jimmian. Great performance out of Ryoma in this entire series thus far. We're just barely starting off this game number 2.
But it's already so grim, so troublesome for 100 Thieves because where do you look at this point? I mean, it's not only that you lost flashes, your mid laner went down, but Iconic on the Diana, if you don't make plays against this Diana before she hits 6, she just gets to run the map.
She will own the place. There's not a thing 100 Thieves Academy will really be able to do about it. You're looking at the lane priority right now. You are getting some in favor of 100 Thieves onto this bottom side where Kenvi is playing. Completely flipped on the opposite side of the map. Golden Guardians holding control of this top.
And both junglers are completing the full clear right now, which overall, again, I feel like really favors Iconic. Given Diana, once she hits 6, she becomes so powerful. Now, 400 Thieves, if they are able to get good engages from the Rakan, from the Gragas, maybe you can set up plays to find that first kill and get this fight snowballing in favor of 100 Thieves. But if you get a Diana Yasuo combo on a Viego and he goes down first, it's going to be real tough. As speaking of tough, Gamsu.
Bad spot. He doesn't have his flash. This is going to be another kill. Iconic with the gank in the top lane, punishing that flash being burned.
I didn't see where the body slam was either. Maybe it was on cooldown, maybe used to get some health back, but must have not been available for him there as the second solo laner falls on the side of 100 Thieves, and Golden Guardians already off to the races in this one. A 1k gold lead 4 minutes in, Deserex.
This is tremendous. This is very much tremendous. A great display so far from the Golden Guardians. It's now trying to set up in the mid lane is going to be Kenvi, staring right at his ex-teammate. Now going after Ryoma, who jukes and jives, trying to outplay this one. Now has the knockup. Looking to go in is going to be Kenvi. He might pay for it.
Ooh.
One more shot comes in. Kenvi gets the kill on Ryoma. Going to finally give him a reset. He can put up the win wall. Iconic forced to walk away, but the fight continues over in the bottom lane as Busio takes a knockup. Will not fall. Will go for the re-engage. The blade caller coming in from Wixie. Busio, a genius with that re-engage. It's going to result in a kill for the bot lane of 100 Thieves Academy.
Two huge, much-needed plays from the playmakers, 100 Thieves Academy, as Kenvi makes the gank work mid. Busio, a beautiful 2v2 bot, cashes in on the blind Zyra Rakan. 100 Thieves, they needed something to happen. They needed something to go their way, and their playmakers just stepped up huge, Deserex.
Oh my goodness. We got to take another look at that one, starting off with what happened in the mid lane, because it looked like Ryoma had a chance for a second, but the damage too big.
This was so close for Ryoma. Props to Kenvi. He is connecting with all these Qs, and this one at the end was able to get there, even saves his own life. But this outplay from Busio, this is huge coming out of the young support as Violet just steps too far up. The flash out wasn't enough. Credit to Wixie, a huge rip here and a pretty big misplay from Violet. That's going to cost Golden Guardians dearly. And as we mentioned earlier, Deserex, feels like that was much needed for 100 Thieves. Someone gets them back in this game.
I mean, Busio, he's coming from the land of prospects. He's coming from 100 Thieves next, and he's put on a great display to show why he was worthy of that call-up. Now looking towards the mid lane, but can't find too much in that direction as Chime has matched him.
Still important that Busio was there, as level 6 and Ignite was there for Ryoma. So Jimmy and odds of him going down or able to, you know, having a burn flash there, pretty high. Fortunately, Busio, I think that was a really good hover. That's really what we're looking for from Busio, right? The more that he's able to get used to support, pick up this role, the better and better he gets, because we know that he has the mechanics to be that big player moving forward for this team. And good to see him stepping up in this game for 100 Thieves Academy, making some big plays early.
Especially on Rakan. This is the same champion he pulled out on Wildcard that was so disgusting to watch. You're getting a glimpse as to why that re-engage from earlier. My goodness, Busio. It's a beatdown coming out from him.
Now we'll see how 100 Thieves are able to bounce back. Because the one thing we were really teasing with this Diana Yasuo, of course, that level 6. Iconic is very close to getting it. Should be able to pick it up maybe even after this blue buff take. And once Diana gets on the map with 6, it's going to be all about Iconic Ryoma working together. When Iconic presses R, Ryoma presses R2. And if Golden Guardians get the first kill in the fight, they just deathball from there. That's the whole entire game plan. Honestly, for both of these teams, I just favor the tool that Golden Guardians has to start the fight out earlier and end it faster with the Diana Yasuo.
So now the pathing coming out from Iconic is headed towards this top side. At a time where Gamsu is starting to get low, he doesn't have teleport and the wave is pushing his way. See if Iconic plays towards that end. You still have Kenvi in that direction. So it wouldn't be the safest thing to pull out the tower dive. You now see Top working his way into that direction. Okay. Walking away from Kenvi will be safe.
Of course, Rift Herald is on the map, so I think Rift Herald fight heavily favor Golden Guardians. The fact that Diana has 6, Ryoma has 6, they have Ignite up. I think it's exactly what they're looking for, but Kenvi...
going right after Tony Top. Kenvi getting the lockdown. Out comes the World Ender. He's getting a lot of healing. He's buying time for Iconic to join. Iconic is here. Kenvi's running, and Iconic will take him down. So quick that was. Tony Top using that life steal brilliantly.
It was a clever setup, but it just bites 100A, and now they're going to commit the teleport to make sure that Gamsu is able to survive, but Kenvi, the blast going over to dodge the ward, it wasn't enough. Iconic was there in time, and Iconic cashes in for Golden Guardian.
Jimmy and slow on this teleport, only doing it to try and prevent what was going to go on, in believing that there was a chance for a tower dive onto Gamsu, who was hurting earlier. Going to walk back into lane, defeated after that last exchange. Brilliant play coming out from Golden Guardians, rotating their bot lane now over towards this Dragon side.
And off that, Gamsu actually is able to stick around top because Tony Top's so low. Even though that skirmish goes to the side of Golden Guardians, I think it's important that 100 Thieves are actually able to pick up this objective on the back half, Deserex, as that does deny, the Herald denies this Yasuo or Aatrox just getting snowballed out of control. And while that play to go south, at least 100 Thieves can be able to return to this side of the map and pick up this objective.
I'm going to be watching on to Chime. Chime has already started up that room. The recall is coming out of Violet, so wants to get freed out of this lane and try and set up something for Ryoma, because all it takes is one headbutt pulverize. The range for the last breath is quite long. Ryoma can join in a heartbeat, but moving out. Going to be Ryoma. Can be spotting him out in the jungle. Here comes a collapse. Jimmy coming out from the flank. A jump over coming out from Ryoma. Throws out the Q, doesn't get the knockup, but Ryoma so slick with some of these escapes, Cubby.
Yeah, of course, that wind wall does stop the second part of the abscond abduct and even stop Jimmy's ultimate, too. As Ryoma, look how confident he is on this Yasuo. We teased that he's really good at this pick, but look at him pilot this.
That's hovering around this mid lane. Iconic and Chime in this area. Gonna send a recall over to Jimmy, and so the priority is there for Golden Guardians Academy to start contesting this Drake. Ryoma looking to back out. He gets out in time. Not gonna be caught underneath the tower. Chime waiting in the wings. It is not too much. Ryoma knows his limits.
And by keeping Jimmy in there, it forces Hunter Thieves to respond to Ryoma mid and opens up this window for Iconic to take the dragon for free. So all the pressure that Ryoma's pulling mid, all the pressure that Tony Top's pulling on the top side, it's been huge for the side of Golden Guardians, and it's what's given them this 1K gold lead early.
This could be shades of that game number one. This could just break and be Golden Guardian dominance in just the blink of an eye. Only 1K separating these teams for right now, so it's not the most devastating, it is not the most dire of situations, but is one where they need to stop the bleeding and they need to stop it quick.
It's going to be tough because, I mean, looking at Iconic, 2-0 already on this Diana. And this comp for Golden Guardians, once again, all about popping that first member, getting that first kill. If the Diana's fed, she's the one that's able to do that. And now Iconic maybe setting up for a topside. Comps, you can see he's feeling the pressure. Chime is going to get spotted out here on a control ward for the rotation. And Gamsu does spot that out as well. So I think that's going to deter Iconic from pulling off the dive, but it's still Golden Guardians taking small leads across the map.
Wanting to set up for that. Can't blame him. I mean, Gamsu does have some decent regeneration to sustain in that lane well, but this early build of the Gragas is still squishy nonetheless. Tony Top shoving in those waves, still trying to get that harassment to set up Iconic for the dive in the future. Gamsu playing it safe.
And Hunter Thieves will see if they can find any opening to really get on the map against Golden Guardians, because at the moment, this map has been all Iconic, all Ryoma again in this game, despite the different comp. I did tease. Really like. Hold on.
A knock up, and he steals the ultimate. The last breath used on Ryoma. He's going to try and find another escape. Busio will chase him down. Ryoma falls in the mid lane.
The hover from Busio, it's huge. It enables Jimmy to get the ult this time, connect with the kill, and that gives Hunter Thieves a little bit of space to breathe in the mid lane.
Right, but no space to breathe over in the top lane as Tony Top continues putting his pressure there. Shelly going to be dropped in the mid lane. Gets a charge out. Some of that gold going over to Jimmy, who's able to cash in quite a few of those plates. Good win coming out from 100 Thieves Academy.
And you can see Gamsu. His last two ultimates have just been used to wave clear. He knows that no one on Golden Guardians is playing towards this top side. He's going to get no help from his team, so he's just playing to survive at this point. Now, at least he's going to be able to TP back, pick up most of this wave, and on the bright side, Hunter Thieves off that pick. They dropped the Herald. They got a couple points to Jivian. Tease that Jivian can be huge with his Alvastar ult. Things are okay for Hunter Thieves at this point. We have yet to see the Diana Yasuo combo, and we've yet to see Iconic Ryoma remove someone from a fight before it starts. And I think that the fact that Hunter Thieves at least gotten out of that and evened up this game, really big for them, and it's coming off the back of Busio.
Now Busio walking towards this mid lane. Chime is there to try and provide some counter engage, looking for the knockup to follow through. The ultimate will be used. Moonfall follows through. Can be forced to fail. Same with Busio. Ultimate's going to be popped from Jimmy, who's going to use the Unchained. Provides him some protection to continue with that chase, but the takedown onto Ryoma successful for 100 Thieves Academy.
And Wixie was there. Violet was not. That enabled 100 Thieves to step up, and I love the decisiveness from Busio to find that fight. And the Diana Yasuo combo, it didn't connect. Ryoma ulted the first member off the headbutt. They didn't sync up the ults, and that helped enable 100 Thieves to get out of that.
100 Thieves Academy. They're fighting back in this game number 2, and for the first time, they've just taken a gold lead.
And I think Jimmy and Silas, that's got to be really the big member that we're looking out for, because when you pick up that Unbreakable from Alistar, you are invincible in these fights. And the instant that he popped that ult, you just see Golden Guardians run for the hills. Part of that was it was a 3v4 on their side, but also you cannot deal with that Silas when he pops the Alistar ult. It's 50, 60, 70% damage reduction coming in, depending on what level you've got for the cow out. I mean, it's really tough to deal with.
And we've been hoping for more performances like this from Jimmy, who, you know, has a record of multiple top 4s in the PCS and the LMS, has stepped up so well to be a defensive mid laner, now popping off in this game over in the mid lane to try and survive what he's been faced off against in Ryoma.
Now, we do have a dragon spawning soon, and I think one of the big parts about Diana Yasuo, really important to play around these dragons, and something that you can do so well with this comp. If you keep on fighting, this combo is so good at punishing summoner spells being down. Busio is the only member that does not have flash, but I want to see if Golden Guardians can try and group up, try and fight for this dragon, because at the moment, under Thieves, they're the ones that have the numbers. They're the ones that are overloading this lane, and they're the ones that are going to come away with this mid-outer turret.
Not going to get the knockup. Ryoma focusing in the bot lane. A trade for towers, mid for bottom, and solo gold going on to Ryoma. A priority over to 100 Thieves Academy, not willing to really invest into that too much without having that forward vision, paying some respect to the combo that Golden Guardians have drafted.
This might be where Golden Guardians look, as the dragon has been pulled. Ryoma is trying to sneak on out, and let's see if this Diana Yasuo combo can connect, or if 100 Thieves even allow to give them the opportunity to connect, because it looks like they're going to see that dragon that's going over to Golden Guardians.
No window in. Chime is too much of a threat. The moment you get hit by that headbutt pulverize or the moonfall coming out from Iconic, that is going to be the last breath comboed with it. So Golden Guardians Academy able to grab the second drink of the game.
And honestly, I respect that from 100 Thieves. I mean, it's something where if you're playing against this comp, you know they're really strong at that window, and I think them just giving that over, they can live the fight another day. They can find a fight where Jimmy's able to maybe pick up that Alistar ultimate, really break what the Diana Yasuo wants to do. So I think it's the right call from 100 Thieves. And once again, I mean, this was a disastrous start for them. They burned 4 flashes level 1. They were down 1k gold with both of their solo lanes getting solo killed before the 8-minute mark. And they're back in a 1k gold lead now, Deserex. I mean, given all that, I feel like 100 Thieves has done a good job of bouncing back against one of the top teams we have in this tournament. This is the 3 seed in Academy. And 100 Thieves are continuing to show that this is not the same team we saw at the end of Academy regular season. They are a different team come PG, and they're stepping up to the task in this one.
Yeah, they suffered so much in the first early stages of this game, but as you said, they're coming back quite well. Even the lane that was being punished the hardest over on that top side, Gamsu, still surviving it okay as the Hex Slash over the wall, Unbreakable has been grabbed. Everfrost goes out, lands into Iconic, but it's only to clear the wave. It's only to prevent more engagements out of Golden Guardians Academy.
But you can just see how fast Jimmy just turns on the switch and goes aggressive once that ult is grabbed. And meanwhile, we got to pause because this Yasuo, Gamsu, Ryoma's got a wave.
All right, let's see, there's a wave right there, so Ryoma can just ride it on through, but will not chase on. Instead, just clearing out the minion wave and continuing that farm.
The more and more accelerated Ryoma gets, the scarier this Yasuo becomes. It looks to be going for that early Zeal pickup. Item very gold efficient on its own, even more gold efficient on the Yasuo's Ryoma.
That was stylish, gets the last breath. Right before it, he grabs last auto onto the Golem camp. So farming both. Going after the champions, going after the camps. Now over in the top lane, 100 Thieves Academy will take out a tower as they get control. A lot of deep vision coming off this charge, led by Shelly.
They want to. And again, it's really pressured off the back of Jimmy and having access to this Alistar ultimate. Golden Guardians know they cannot take a fight if Silas has access to that ult. And I think Golden Guardians, they're going to have to respect and play around that window for the rest of this one, Deserex.
400 Thieves Academy, I was pointing out this top lane over with Gamsu. Gamsu, you know, we expect, at least in the past, we've always expected some carry potential coming out from him. He's always talked about now on 100 Thieves Academy how he's trying to build towards team play. This Gragas is enabling that to some extent, and you know, he's stepping up to be that player who synergizes with his team, who brings the team fight dubs. And this is a display right here. He doesn't need to win the lane, he just needs to survive it.
It's definitely something where you pick the Gragas for the team. You pick it to split up the Diana Yas. You pick it to split up the follow-up because you don't want Golden Guardians to death ball on you. So, I mean, the fact that Gamsu is 0-1, 100, like down 2 waves of CS, it really doesn't matter. If you connect with the Gragas spells, abilities, you're still going to do Gragas things. And that is exactly what Gamsu needs to do as we go into this game. And Deserax starting to get to the later stages. Third Dragon about to be on the table here in 90 seconds. We do have an Infernal Soul. I think I want to see if 100 Thieves decides to contest this one. Because, again, it is Ryoma sitting at 100% crit now. It is Iconic, a little bit ahead of the power curve now with a stopwatch. Summoner spells are up for Golden Guardians. We want to see if they can make this play happen and make it happen fast. Whereas,
ooh,
down bot.
unfortunate from Gamsu. Explosive cast used. If you check the mini-map there, Kenvi was roaming back down to that lane. So catching him with that explosive cast could have been the end of Tony Top.
And Ryoma's going to answer. And another turret gets funneled over to this Yasuo.
So much gold.
As it is more and more gold going on to Ryoma. We'll see if he's able to sneak in a base. And when he picks up, if he bases and picks up a stopwatch, that is the blinking red lights that Golden Guardians, they want to fight this dragon no matter what. And that is what I'm curious to see if 100 Thieves grants them that ability to do so. Because I think 100 Thieves are left with a choice about whether or not they want to contest. I feel like it's at the point of the game where they kind of have to. Because if you are, every dragon that pops up, it is do or die if you're going to give up soul or not. Against Golden Guardians, I don't think that's a great idea. You can force fight so easily with Diana Yas. I feel like 100 Thieves has to prevent that. They have to contest now.
This is great from Golden Guardians. They will be the first ones to get into this area.
Oh.
They will control the map as they try and grab Kenvi. Only a headbutt, not following through with the pulverized. No, Jimmy and jumping into the fight will steal away the Unchained from Chime. Pushed in is Violet. Explosive cast, beautiful from Gamsu. And now the fight continues as 100 Thieves Academy going after Ryoma. Ryoma yet to drop, puts down the last breath, gets the shield and gets dropped in the process. Kenvi takes him down. And just like that, 100 Thieves Academy find a team fight win against Golden Guardians.
And Jimmy and Silas, it's going nuts again, Deserax, as the Alistar empowered Silas. Golden Guardians cannot cut through it, and the fact that 100 Thieves, they start the fight on their terms, not on the Diana Yasuo's terms, that's how they're able to get out on top, and 100 Thieves are going to feast on the map. Dragons down, Baron as well.
Oh, and the way this started, you were just saying it, Cubby, he takes away that Unchained ultimate. You cannot kill him.
And Tony Top wasn't here yet, so it was numbers for 100 Thieves from the start, and when you start the fight this early, you just make sure that this Diana Yasuo combo is never able to get off the ground. 100 Thieves does just that. It is a wipe from there because Jimmy cannot be killed, cannot be removed, and just like that, I mean, after a disastrous level 1, a disastrous early game, 100 Thieves, they are the ones that are in control.
And such a spike of gold. 3K, 3.7K. Very much in favor of 100 Thieves Academy as they get the reset off of acquiring that Baron. The rift is honestly theirs. They've grabbed their momentum. They fought their way back into this. And Cubby, at this rate, I think we're going to see our third game number 3 of Proving Grounds.
It's certainly looking like it. We'll see if Iconic and Ryoma can try and turn things around, but it feels like 100 Thieves, they have so much standing gold to take, that's correct. It is this outer going to fall for free. They have 3 inners to take. It's already a 3K gold lead. Let's see how much 100 Thieves can get this game in their favor.
But look at the top side, still committing to this, sending Ryoma over for the split push. All alone with that tower, should be able to take that, has another minion wave coming up, and no one, absolutely no one from 100 Thieves Academy responding to this.
I think the mission is to get, hold on.
Oh, and now here comes a potential fight. Gamsu walking up with that explosive cast, lands it onto Tony Top, yet to pop the ultimate, but no engage to come through. Still trying to grab the towers. Busio runs low. Violet goes after him. Killer Instinct finds the kill onto Busio in a 4v5 scenario. Golden Guardians are still able to get something, as well as Ryoma getting that top tower and shoving the minion wave towards the inhibitor.
I like the answer from Golden Guardians. Busio gets punished with an overextension, bit of a mistake from him. Ryoma continues to feast, and I think 400 Thieves, the scary part of this game moving forward, it's a Poke Kaisa. We have already seen what Poke Kaisa can do today, Deserax. And once this item comes in for Violet, once this Muramana gets evolved, we're going to think about Ludens after as well. Oh boy, hold on.
Oh, an engage onto Kenvi. Didn't realize that Ryoma was waiting in that bush. Kenvi down. It's pretty big right there, but no neutral objectives on the table to really contest here. It's only going to be a fight for positioning.
2 mistakes from 100 Thieves. I think if I'm Golden Guardians right now, I am waiting until Ryoma gets IE and Violet finishes Miramana to fight. I think those are the 2 big keys that GG are waiting for, because if they are able to hit those spikes, they can still execute any member they want from the Thieves. They sync up Diana Yasuo. We saw it just there. I think that's what it's all about at the moment. And honestly, I'm curious to see how this plays, because the Silas with the Alistar ult, we've seen how deadly that can be, but if you get members low beforehand with this poke Kai'Sa SRX, that could be the big game changer that Golden Guardians are looking for in these team fight setups.
We'll see if those missiles are able to land, are able to poke out 100 Thieves Academy. Looking at the map right now, we still have 1 minute and 50 seconds before the dragon does spawn, so a while before we get towards that next stage of the team fight. Chime only roaming around. It will be a little bit of a fight for vision. See who can get first priority on this dragon. Try and set up the engage there.
90 seconds. Again, look for Jimian to take the Alistar ult. There is one way they could deny it. We have seen Ryoma deny one Silas ult from a wind wall. Maybe we see him deny another. That could be huge. Could be the big difference of this game if Ryoma is able to prevent Jimian from taking that ultimate. Now, that's a very niche scenario, but that is one way I can see Golden Guardians being able to posture themselves a lot better for this team fight. Any others, it's just making sure that Violet is able to evolve this Miramana. Sitting at 339 at the moment. Of course, it evolves at 360. Once Kai'Sa gets that, that's when those Void Seekers start hitting like a brick on the side of 100 Thieves, and it's tough for any comp to deal with that. 100 Thieves will be pressured to engage first again. I think that's the big key for each of these teams. Who can find the first engage on their terms?
Just waiting for it as this line has been drawn in the sand. 100 Thieves on one side, Golden Guardians on the other, with Drake spawning within the next 35 seconds. Going to be 100 Thieves Academy who are going to roam towards the side of the map, but still sending Ryoma towards the top side. It's going to be Golden Guardians playing for the split push.
And Ryoma doesn't have a TP, so they were looking to see if 100 Thieves sent someone to answer this Yasuo Iconics hovering as well. Not the case, so Golden Guardians are going to see it, are going to continue to make sure that the carries get funneled. Violet is almost at Luden's. A completed IE for Ryoma. Those are the big item spikes that we were looking for, but Golden Guardians still wanting to split the map, not wanting to take the fight.
No Jimian. There's going to be no Jimian if they take a fight right now.
You got TP.
It would be pretty significant. You still got to wait time for that TP to channel. Catching out Wixie right now. You need that TP to start channeling at this very moment as Golden Guardians go for the engage. Bucio, left alone, will hop over towards his teammates. 100 Thieves Academy gets to fall. The Moonfall goes off, pulls in Gamsu, and now the explosive cast separating 5 members of Golden Guardians. The Alistar ult has been picked up, but one goes down. That's going to be Bucio first. Far on the back end, Kenvi is going to get the reset, and Jimian is tearing apart Golden Guardians Academy as he'll continue his chase onto Tony Top. Kenvi going after the other half of Golden Guardians, but Jimian is wailing away, and he will best Tony Top. Chime goes down, and just like that, Jimian gets there in time. He is the savior that is required for 100 Thieves Academy.
And Iconic, the ults that they took, it was a solo ult onto the Gragas. I feel like Iconic has to flash, has to get into the backline, combo with Ryoma that way. But Jimian, the pressure he put on with the flank, with the stealing of the Alistar ult, it was too much for GGA to deal with. 100 Thieves win another team fight and take even more of the base of Golden Guardians.
Now the base is cracked. Let's take a look at how we got to this state from 100 Thieves Academy.
It's a great idea from GG, but I think the preemptive flash from Wixie, Bucio going golden, this buys the time for 100 Thieves to regroup. And this cast from Gamsu, look at this. He gets soul ulted, boom. Splits everyone up from Golden Guardians, allows for Jimmy to take that Alistar ult and rip through the backline. Yes, Ryoma finds Bucio, but who cares? You're Rakan. He burned all of his CDs already. That doesn't matter. Jimmy's able to run rampant. And now we got to go back to live because Golden Guardians, they feel like they're in trouble, SRX, and they are just straight up starting up this Baron.
They've made the call, and the recall is coming out right now.
Jimmy, no
he doesn't have his teleport. He does not have his teleport. This would be a 4v5. This is the call for Golden Guardians Academy. They're able to grab the Baron, and they're going for the engage. Here comes the last breath going on to Gamsu, who goes golden to buy time. Kenvi, Bucio, Wixie, all waiting in the wings. Gamsu able to hop away as Bucio might be looking for the re-engage right here. Be a tough one to go through with. You don't have Jimmy in there just yet. Golden Guardians Academy, they're able to steal away from 100 Thieves. They grab the Baron.
And they're going to get out with all 5 as Deserex, this game, it feels like it just continues to be back and forth as Golden Guardians. That call was so good for them to get Baron. It's going to really stall the push from 100 Thieves, and I think importantly,
What's the call here?
enables them to push up lanes as, oh, okay, well, Gamsu sniffed that one out.
Trying really hard with that death push, but
boy.
now 100 Thieves Academy, the recalls went through. Will he be able to get the recall in time? Baron empowered recall, easy for Iconic. Staying up there a little bit too long, almost biting them in the backside, but those Baron empowered recalls so clutch.
And I want to see now, like, can 100 Thieves still win these team fights? Because Violet, that's completed Ludens now on this Kaisa. And yeah, those Void Seekers start doing that. And Iconic Ryoma, if a couple of these land, that's Wixie really low. It's a 5v4 in favor of Golden Guardians at the moment if they want to push.
Wixie has to leave. Violet does not get the red buff. Kenvi looking to walk away.
They're
the
pushing.
ADC too low for 100 Thieves Academy. Kenvi gets away. No engage going to come through as 100 Thieves Academy are able to get away.
We're starting to see, though, some of the scaling aspects of Golden Guardians, and I think it's something that's going to be really tough for 100 Thieves to deal with. I think if Jimmy doesn't have that Alistar ult, they straight up just cannot fight. That is really the big tool, the big reason that they've been able to take all the fights that 100 Thieves have been able to win. It's because Jimmy, over half the damage it takes just doesn't apply. Oh.
This time going to have the Moonfall from Iconic. Chasing them down. You can get a gap closer and get into the middle. Pop that Moonfall. Would be a lot of damage. Not going to be as suitable as the Unchained, which has kept just Jimmy sustaining in these fights for so long. This unkillable wall. 100 Thieves Academy now gaining control of the Dragon side.
And while this is going on, 100 Thieves don't find anything. Ryoma continues to deny resources, continues to funnel himself. He looks to be going towards a wit's end. And that is now completed in his inventory. So that is one way to deal with the magic damage coming from the Silas, from the Gragas. And if Ryoma is able to live in these fights, Deserex, it is 100% IE crit Yasuo. I mean, we've seen what Ryoma can do on this champ time and time again throughout the Academy regular season. I want to see if Ryoma and Iconic can sync up. We've yet to see that big Diana Yasuo combo in the team fight. We've only seen it really get a pick on the Kenvi. They need to be able to sync up, find the backline of 100 Thieves. That's what's going to make sure that Golden Guardians walks away with this game.
2K separating these teams, 31 minutes into it. The first to get their foot over towards the Dragon side, which spawns in another minute and 15 seconds, is going to be Golden Guardians Academy. Trying to get that poke in. You really need to utilize that fog of war. Deny all the vision you can so they can't see these missiles coming so you can get that poke damage.
And I know we're deep into game 2. I just want to remind our viewers the stakes of this game, Deserex. The winner moves on in the winner's bracket, is then one best of 3 away from guaranteeing that top 4 finish. Loser goes down to the loser's bracket, has another life, but still has to win a lot more series down there to get back into this tournament and try and make that top 4 finish. Make your way to finals as Golden Guardians, 35 seconds away from this Infernal Dragon Ryoma. Level 18 now on this Yasuo, Deserex.
And look at how lit up the jungle is on this red side.
Yeah.
100 Thieves Academy.
Look at how tough it is now for them to walk through this Kaisa.
Yeah.
All these Void Seekers connecting, making life so difficult for the Thieves. It's a really good setup from Golden Guardians, as because they have priority bot, Jimmy isn't able to walk through there or get bio that way. Instead, they're going to have to brute force it around mid, where Jimmy is spotted at this moment.
And they know where Jimmy is. Jimmy yet
trying to get the
grab
Alistar.
an ultimate. He really does want to get that. He gets caught out. Jimmy forced to use the stopwatch. Still has time to be able to grab that ultimate as Busio goes in, able to get the charm onto Violet. Violet going to be okay, but Iconic, same can't be said. A kill goes through. Wixie grabs that one. Chime now running low. Unchained, wearing out. Now looking for more. Ryoma going after Jimmy will slide over to Gamsu as a knockup comes through. Kenvi trying to get away. Tony Top joins the fray. Triple kill coming out for Ryoma, who shows up on the flank. Kenvi so low. His time is ticking. Can he step away from these missiles? Let's get an answer right now, as here comes Violet, walks into the face of Kenvi and gets that kill. 4 for nothing. Golden Guardians Academy are looking to break an inhibitor.
And I didn't see how, but Jimmy, I don't know what happened to his ult in that fight. He didn't get the Alistar ultimate, Deserex, and that was the big difference. The big tool that 100 Thieves have been using to brute force their way through all this Diana Yasuo comp. They didn't have it that time around. Golden Guardians wiped the fight off the bat.
Golden Guardians are now being rewarded. They were able to grab an inhibitor in the mid lane, and
What
it
happened
all
with
came
Jimmy's
off
ult?
this play right here.
I'm just gonna watch Jimmy, and I don't know what happened to this ult as he goes golden. Oh, he tries to cast it there, but Chime went golden. Him going golden actually prevented Jimmy from taking the Alistar ult. What a play from Chime. As because of that, Jimmy and Squishy, he can't go brawl with the rest of his team comp against Golden Guardians. And holy cow, Chime. What a play coming out of the support. I mean, that straight up won them that fight. Now Chime might have to pop his own ult again.
So respectable, but here comes the re-engage from Ryoma, going after Jimmy.
He popped the ult.
Unchained has been used.
Yeah.
So that is going to be down now. Jimmy won't have that for the next team fight.
That's huge for Golden Guardians. Baron is up. If they're able to land some poke with the Kai'Sa, they can try and force again Deserex, as you can see every Void Seeker that connects, once again, 77% of the cooldown gets refunded. And you can see if I was able to connect with one of those, it is just a barrage of missiles coming from downtown. They do not feel good for the side of 100 Thieves.
I've been so hyped up on Ryoma, but Violet has been fulfilling a purpose quite well at this later stage of the game. You know,
I think they started
Violet.
Yeah.
Ooh, it has been started up.
Look at Chime.
Violet.
Look at this angle from Chime. He has Hex Flash. They are spotted. I think they're going to look for the fight.
Oh, here we go. Looking to start up the fight. Jimmy and far away can be not close enough
Hey,
to go for the
no,
steal. It
it's
is
gone.
too low. It will fall. Golden Guardian's able to grab it. Jimmian has grabbed the Aatrox ultimate. He is going to use the World End to the last breath. Going to be popped as here comes Tony Top. He is healing up. Oh, so low, but doesn't give a damn. And neither do Golden Guardians
Ryoma.
Academy as they destroy 100 Thieves Academy. Iconic takes the last one down. A triple kill for Tony Top. The ace goes through. Golden Guardians Academy take it.
It was a back and forth game. The fight from 100 Thieves, it was admirable. Jimmian taking the Alistar ult, being so huge in these fights, but the last two fights, he didn't have access to it. Golden Guardians had scaled, and that was all the time they needed to make sure this became a 2-0, and they're going to stick around in this upper bracket.
My goodness, a performance from Golden Guardians. It was massive. They're going to take this game number 2, a 2-0 sweep. Not going to give us our third game 3.
I think Golden Guardians would prefer to have it that way, personally. You know, they probably wanted the 2-0 clean, but God, they had to fight for it in that second one. And, I mean, a lot of credit goes over to the Thieves. I think the plan they had into this Diana Yasuo, it's something that if you're going to play against Golden Guardians in this tournament, you have to expect. They can pull it out at any time. The Gragas was a good idea. The Silas into that Alistar was massive, being able to have access to that ult so many times. But Golden Guardians, I mean, to be fair, 100 Thieves, they forced them to problem solve. This was a game where 100 Thieves, they were sieging on Nexus turrets, or not Nexus turrets, inhibitor turrets on the side of Golden Guardians map. But, you know, they identified, kind of like we did, we cannot let Silas get this ultimate. And Chime getting the stopwatch, Chime and Ryoma forcing him to burn it early. In that second to last skirmish as well, before the fight. Those were the two big differences where Golden Guardians in the middle of that game, they had to go to the drawing board. They had to figure out how do we get Alistar all off the Silas. Once they did so successfully, with the help of some poke from Violet's Kai'Sa as well, they were able to get back to the footing where they were favored, they had the upper hand, and they take down 100 Thieves.
That was spectacular coming out of Golden Guardians Academy. You just mentioned it. It was an adaptation coming out from Golden Guardians Academy
had to figure it
on
out.
the fly. They had to figure it out mid-game. It wasn't something you're looking back on the VOD. They performed. Man, that play coming out of Chime is the one that's going to just echo in my heart.
That stopwatch was nuts. And I mean, for the Thieves as well, I think that even though they dropped the series, it is a 2-0. I think they've proven at this point that this is not the same team that we saw in the regular season.
Not at all.
These guys are playing as a team. I think some of the looks that Kenvi and Busio had, Jimmian going massive in some of those fights as well. I think Gamsu had some nice casks as well. They're going to be a tough out in the lower bracket. And I know that they have a lot of amateur teams that are trying to fight them on the path, maybe even Hunter Next as well, sitting on their path in the lower bracket. We'll have to see if the Civil War is a matchup we get. Could be likely.
Could be very likely, given that's Winthrop versus 100 next. But the game's done. I'm sure you're tired of hearing from us. You would love to hear from one of the players, and Kangas will have that wrapped up for you. We're going to throw it over a short break. When we return, Kangas with the player interview.
Rise up, rise up. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for our post-series interview with the victorious mid laner from Golden Guardians Academy, Ryoma, aka the Yasuo aficionado in that last game right there. Ryoma, I want to start off the interview on that note. You got the Yasuo locked in. First of all, was this a direct response to Jimmy and for not choosing Yasuo when they had the Yasuo comp in game number 1?
I mean, I feel like they should have went through that at least. I was wondering why they didn't opt into it. Honestly, I was kind of surprised. I think, I mean, I just think like it's just a better I mean, it's just a better pairing with Dino overall. So I was pretty surprised. No, no ego there, but yeah.
Well, regardless, it worked out for you, but it was a little dicey earlier on in the game. You were at that legendary 1 and 3 and then 2 and 5 power spikes. Were you nervous at any points during that game that maybe it wasn't going according to plan?
Yeah, I mean, when I was 1 and 3, I was kind of like, oh shit, I might have threw this game a bit too much. And then I realized, you know, we were just gonna slowly outscale them. Like their champs were gonna fall off, and I mean, Poke's eye just kind of just falls off like later on, and Kaiser kind of outscales. So thankfully there was that, and yeah, I mean, after that I just did what I could to just make sure I could stay in the game. Just took whatever I could, and once I got my items, I think once I completed Wits End, I thought the game was pretty sealed after that.
Sure, yeah. You kept in the side lanes, taking multiple turrets in bottom and top lane, respectively. But it came down to the big team fight at the end there. A couple of those team fights have been going 100 Thieves' way. So as a competitor, as a player in that moment, you throw up the wind wall to block the Silas ult as he's going on to Chime. That might have been the fight-defining moment there. What was going through your mind? Was that a planned thing, or is that just in the moment, instinctually it went up?
It was definitely an in the moment thing. I wouldn't say I did that like on purpose. I mean, in general, I was just like pretty much, I mean, my job at least, I just have to win more, you know, Zaya's damage and then anything coming out from there. Like most things are, most skills are like gonna be projectiles anyway when I play from that fight. So yeah, I mean, just unfortunate timing for the Silas to try to get an ult there.
All right. Well, I'm happy that you're humble enough to admit that it wasn't this, 1,000 IQ play on your end to save the game, but it did save the game at the end there. And that means at 2-0, you're moving on in the upper bracket. And this was also a victory against your past team, your past organization that you won Proving Grounds with last year. Was that in your head at all going into this match?
Yeah, actually was meant to answer Cubby this morning, but I completely forgot. Just talking about, you know, what it feels like. Well, I guess what it feels like to verse my team again. Definitely, there was times in the day I was like I was kind of like I really want to win, you know, just show them that I was the reason why they had a lot of success in academy last time, and yeah, felt like it paid off.
It worked out well for you. And now with a team like CLG actually dropping down in the standings here, you're in prime position as Golden Guardians to make a really deep run here in the upper bracket. What do you think about your opponents that you'll face next, Immortals Academy? First off, are you surprised at their victory over CLG? Does that change any of your prep? And also just general thoughts going into that match.
I was pretty surprised that Immortals took the win, because yeah, I mean, I guess I was just pretty surprised. I just didn't expect it, and I mean, for the matchup for us next week, I guess at least mid lane, I'm not too worried, at least. But in general, I think IMT have been playing a bit better with Turtle, so you know, maybe we'll close series, maybe it wouldn't be close.
Make sure you're paying attention to Pick a Band, because now they're pulling out things like Twitch. Definitely, I think they got some secrets hidden in their Pick and Band strategies going forward. But Ram, I want to give you the podium to address any fans or anybody out there watching. What message do you have for those in the crowd?
Just thank you to the fans that support GGS and myself. Just keep watching because I think we're gonna do well this run. I think the team is improving, and it's gonna be exciting. I think we have a lot of just draft preps and just interesting how things are gonna play out.
Can't wait to see what you can achieve, Ryoma. Thank you so much for coming on to chat with me for the post-series interview, and best of luck going into your next match.
Thank you.
And with that said, I'm going to bring back on Solaria here to close out the day. Aju, Ryoma, thank you for coming on, but Solaria now is back. Solaria, what a fun day of games. You were talking, and we were a little worried in that last game that you might be the new curse of every series Huron goes the full distance of 3. But hey, Golden Guardians gave you an early night.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought I cursed it. I thought we were going to game 3 for the longest time in that one. But every team fight just felt so even. Like, that was a wonderful game to watch.
Very entertaining. I was on the edge of my seat. Literally at the end there, everyone was confused. Like, what happened to Jimmy in the final fight? He was stealing Alistair ultimate every single time, and the replay was still even tough to tell. But then at the end, we realized it was the wind wall blocking the ultimate. That was absolutely insane. So overall, what's your read on Proving Grounds right now, Solari? Are you impressed with the level of play? Are you feeling like, hey, my solo queue is better than this? Where are you at on the spectrum?
Well, my solo queue is definitely not better than this, I can tell you that.
Okay.
And I'm very impressed with like Proving Grounds so far. Just the quality of these matches, it's so good. Like, I'm loving these games.
It's very entertaining, and it's awesome to have you on the show with us as well. So let's quickly recap then what we saw today. Of course, we had 2 matches. They did not go the full 6 games. We have yet to have a 6-game broadcast day, but now that we're seeing a lot of the academy teams versus each other, they're getting a lot closer. These are not stomps like we saw earlier on in the play-ins, and then also round 2 of Proving Grounds itself. So recapping day and the week, essentially, because this is also the end of the broadcast for this week before we come back in next week. Congrats to Golden Guardians Academy for picking up their win and Immortals against CLG. Did you expect that? I didn't see the predictions, actually. How did those go earlier in the show?
I mean, I think we all predicted CLG when we all predicted Golden Guardians, so I think it went pretty good. I think we kind of predicted this day.
I like that. Well, we can also take a look at the overall graphic for where we are in the bracket stage here in the tournament, because to catch everybody up, I believe that we will have that updated. We've been updating throughout the day, throughout all of the week. It's fun to see throughout the upper bracket. Now we have the first round of, I believe, round 4 of Proving Grounds determined here, which will be Golden Guardians Academy versus Immortals Academy. Based on what you've seen, Solaria, are you leaning either of those directions?
Oh, I don't know. I think after this point, I made a fantasy bracket. After this, my bracket is all over the place. I don't know what to expect. I genuinely think anyone still in the winner's bracket has a shot at taking it, and I don't know.
It's getting spicy up here in the upper bracket. Of course, everyone's got 2 lives, so we do have a lower bracket to run as well here. And that's where teams are going to be feeling the pressure because they have to win. 100 Thieves Academy down there now. We might have a civil war between 100 Thieves Academy and 100 Thieves Next. That would be absolutely insane. I think it's so cool that it's shaping out like that. And CLG earlier on could get a rematch against Immortals, not Academy, but Immortals AoE, depending on how that works out against TSM Academy.
There's a lot of lovely and super spicy timelines here that I really want to see play out. Like, we can see an org face off against each other, like you said. We could see an amateur team make a miracle run. There's a lot of really interesting things that we could see happen still, and I'm really excited to see how it shapes out.
Exactly. Exciting to see how the day's been shaken out, how the tournament's been shaken out. But with that said, we got to catch up on what's been happening throughout the tournament itself with our Samsung SSD Fast 5 here. We've been keeping track of stats to see who's impressing us the most in some of these key metrics. We got a key stat for each and every lane. Whenever we pull this one up, I always like to ask my analysts or ask whatever casters I have, what's the first one that's jumping out to you? Like, okay, this is just insane.
Malice hitting level 6 at 640 is crazy, legitimately crazy.
Impressive.
Fast mythic item is somewhat surprising. I think it's surprising that it's 2 minutes faster than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish I knew which game it was. I don't actually remember offhand, but overall, Cloud9's also just leading everywhere.
overall, they're just on top of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Even Frost Forest coming in here and popping off in the jungle department. So cool to see. We'll be keeping track of these stats throughout the entire tournament. So week over week, we'll of course have updates for everybody. But with that said, Solaria, I didn't actually fill out my own when it comes down to the champ cards because I inherited Mazel's, who started off the day, and he didn't get a single one. I will say they were terrible. But this was yours.
Yes.
Right?
If you can argue that Yasuo was an 80 bruiser mid, I did win. And I'm going to argue for that one.
Congratulations. You'll love to see it. Somebody actually finished their champ board. Now we'll let Twitch chat actually debate if Yasuo counts as an 80 bruiser or not. I believe this was Cubby's one. He actually had a lot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total, but just not really lined up in the right directions.
He had some really good picks here, just not in the right spots. That's all.
Ooh, I like the Tony Top Jacks and the
Yeah.
Ken V Kane, though, when you're like specifically talking about players and the champions that they would lock in. But Deserix, who did not understand the assignment, or I believe was given an assignment and then the assignment changed, but he had already finished the homework for it. He got a couple as well, but nobody else finishing their board. So Solaria, you're gonna go, gamble in some solo queue after this. You're in a lucky streak right now.
Maybe. I mean, I always need to play a game of solo queue every day, so maybe now's the time.
True. Yeah, you don't want to demote at all. I don't have to experience that as a hard stuck plat player, but I empathize with you. With that said, though, I want to bring your attention now to the future. Take a look at what's coming next for Proving Grounds as we'll look at the schedule going into next week, where we'll be checking out a lot of games happening around the rest of the upper bracket, round 3 here. This is FlyQuest Academy versus Team Liquid Academy, and then Dignitas Academy versus Cloud9 Academy. After this, where it's going to be a while till we're back in the upper bracket, because we'll be coming back down to the lower bracket, watching a lot of those matches play out in the single elim for a while. So this is the last time we'll see a 2-life team on stage for a couple of weeks. It's exciting stuff right there. Do you got any hot takes? Are we gonna, because Team Liquid Academy and Cloud9 rather are coming in as a higher seeds? Do you think there'll be an upset for FlyQuest or Dignitas?
Oh, I don't think so. I think there's a small chance, but I don't believe in that kind of upset. I don't think so.
All right. Well, I appreciate your insight regardless, Ilari. It was awesome having you. I'm happy that I got to finish the day with you because Mazel unfortunately had to take a step away. So, thoughts with Mazel. Of course, he's going to recover. He's going to be fine. He'll be back for a future broadcast, but happy that I could help out here and close out the day. And also, special thank you to our casters, Cubby and Deserex, for killing the show throughout the entire day. It was awesome having them on, bringing the energy. Deserex, you still owe me a fight. We've been talking about this on social media for years now, and we have yet to live stream it. So at some point, we'll have to do that. Cubby, you're a stand-up guy. Love you to death. Everybody in production, behind the scenes, for keeping the gears rolling. Love having you on the show. Kelsey Moser in particular for wrangling all of us crazy personalities here on the broadcast. And of course, everybody in Twitch chat and everybody playing the games. Solaria, where can people find you? This is your chance to shill. What's your Twitch? What's your Twitter?
Twitter, Solaria, add an H on the end, unfortunately, just how it is. Twitter, same thing, Solaria. Yeah, that's really it. Twitter and Twitch.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. We'll be back with more Proving Grounds action. Same place, same time, but Tuesday of next week, where you'll get to start to see the rest of the upper bracket play out. We'll see you there.